Today we are going to discuss about the third property among the key elements of a style sheet. The first one is values. Values are the settings you assign to the properties. They can be numerical values, colors, keywords, or a combination of these. For example, you can set the color property to a color value like red or specified by the hexadecimal notation #FF0000. The next one is declaration. A declaration consists of a property and its corresponding value. Declarations are contained within a curly braces and are written in the form of a property value. Multiple declarations are separated by a semicolon. The next one is rule sets. A rule set is also known as a rule. It is a combination of a selector and its associated declarations. It defines the style to be applied to a specific group of HTML elements. Rule sets are enclosed within the curly braces. The next section is comment section. Comments are notes within the style sheet that do not affect the actual styling but provide explanation for the code. In CSS, comment lines are written by using a backslash star and star backslash, and they are ignored by the browser. The next one is inheritance and cascading. The term cascading in CSS refers to the way styles are applied in a hierarchical manner. If an element doesn't have specific style, it can inherit styles from its parent elements. Additionally, when conflicting styles are applied to the same element, the cascading nature of CSS determines which style takes precedence based on factors like specificity and order. Next one is media queries. Media queries allow you to apply different styles based on the characteristics of the user's device, such as screen size, resolution, and orientation. This is essential for creating responsive designs that adapt to various devices and screen sizes. Pseudo classes and pseudo elements. Pseudo classes and pseudo elements are used to target specific states or parts of elements that cannot be targeted with simple selectors. For example, hover is a pseudo class that applies styles when a user hovers over an element, and it is followed by double colon before is a pseudo element used to insert a content before an element. So here em, the unit represents the computed font size of the element on which it is used. If you set an element font size to 1 em, it will be equivalent to the font size of its parent element. If you set an element to font size to 2 em, it will be twice the font size of its parent element, and so on. Example, paragraph. So it is having a font size of 1.2 em. So now it will be 1.2 times of the font size of the parent element. In case if the parent element font size is 16 pixels, the paragraph element font size will be computed as 19.2 pixels. So it will be 16 pixels into 1.2 times, which will be 19.2 pixels. So next, rem specifies the root element. It is similar to the em, but it is relative to the font size of root element. Usually the HTML element rather than the parent element font size. This makes rem units more predictable and easier to manage when creating layouts that do not inherit multiple font sizes from the parent elements. Example, paragraph font size equal to 1.2 rem. So 1.2 times the font size of the root element. The next one, so here we are having an example HTML. So we are going to use a internal style sheet. So it will be associated by style tags within the header section. Now we have given a hash followed by the first one, hash followed by second one, hash followed by third one. So hash defines the container. Now here we are using a font size 2 em and 1.875 em, and 0.875 em. So for example, the first one specifies the 40 pixels, or we are going to specify 2.5 em. So now it will be second one specifies 1.875 em, so it is 30 pixel and 14 pixel. So now we are going to use the first, second and third, which is associated with that. So id will be given for the container, so first, second and third, so that font sizes are applied. The next one, here we are instead of using a hash, we are going to use a dot, so which is a class. Dot specifies the class, and instead of giving the paragraph id, we are going to give the paragraph class and followed by the class name. So it is going to increase the font size. Here basically we are going to use a declaration. So already we have seen what is a declaration. Here the class is an declaration consists of a property and it is a corresponding value. Declarations are continued with the curly braces and are written in the form of property value. Multiple declarations are separated by semicolons. So here if you are going to see, we are going to specify the declarations, and the important is the name of the class, and where we are going to specify in the paragraph class name is important, and this is an important. So next one is in inheritance and cascading. So where we are going to use a inheritance. So how we are going to use an inheritance? So we are having a two classes named parent and child class. So where we are going to specify the parent class as one particular font size, and the child class is one particular font size, where the color is blue and color is red, which is specified. So now if we are going to see the HTML document, and here we have specified the file name. So in the within the file name, we are going to use a hyperreference as a inherit inh.css, which is a style sheet. So next one, what we are going to do is within the division class, we are going to inherit the properties of parent and properties of the child. So now if you are going to compile and execute the program, it will be showing the parent and child classes in a different sizes. So next one is a media query. In media query, basically whenever you are going to use a @media tag, and within the media tag you can able to specify the container. You can able to specify the container. So whereas you can able to use a these particular tags in order to use the media queries. So for example, if you are having a mobile, and within the mobile phone, if you want to see a best resolution, which will be adjusting by itself, so at that particular time we are going to use a meta tag, and within the meta tag we are going to specify the character set UTF-8, and meta name which we are going to use is a viewport. So where we can able to specify the basic HTML document, which will be adjusted to your different devices, like tablet PC, and like mobile phone, like mm, in Android version, or you are using iPhone, so it will be adjusted. Now here we are going to specify the width of a device width, and initial scale is 1.0. So now we are going to refer the hyperreference by using a link tag within the header section styles.css. So now we are going to close the head tag, and within the body tag what we are doing is we are going to use a division class container. So here we are going to use a container. Container contains the display is flex. So this flex allows the user to use that particular content inside the body. Within the body section only we can able to view whatever the content is there. So now it is going to view in the best format. So now the next one, we have specified a two columns, column 1 and column 2, whereas we have specified a column is a class name. So in column also we are using a flex equal to 1 and padding equal to 20 pixel and border equal to 1 pixel solid color. The next one, we are using a column 2. So now here also we are using a column. If you are using a media tag and it will be displaying the maximum width of 768 pixels, and the container tag uses the flex direction, so which respect to the column. So here we have not applied the media tag. So these are the resolutions of the tags. So here 320 pixel to 480 pixel, which is supported by the mobile devices, 481 pixel to 768 for iPad and tablet PC, 769 to 1024 pixels for small screens like laptops, 1025 pixel to 1200 pixel desktop large screens, 1201 pixel and more for extra large screens TV. Display Display is flex property on the container. Each column has a separate some padding and a border to the visually separate them. Each column has some padding and a border to visually separate them. When the screen width is 768 pixels or less, the media query comes into the effect. The flex direction column property is applied to the container, which causes the columns on the stack on the top of each, making the layout more suitable for the smaller screens. As you resize a browser window to width below 768 pixels, you will see the columns transform from side by side stacked to the top of each other. Remember that media queries can be applied to adjust various aspects of your web page layout styling based on different screen sizes and devices. Next one is pseudo classes and pseudo elements. Pseudo classes and pseudo elements are used to target specific states or parts of elements that cannot be targeted with simple selectors. For example, H over is a pseudo class that applies styles whenever H overs an element, and double semicolon before is a pseudo element which is used to insert a content before an element. Let's open VS Code. For that, I am going to type CODE in run. So now we are going to open the VS Code. So now we have opened the VS Code and we are going to create a new file. So now we are going to type the HTML document. Within the HTML document, so we are going to create a head section. So within the head section, I am going to open the title tag. So now we are going to write the title of the particular page. The title I am going to write is, so here using anchor and paragraph effects. So we have given a title, anchor and paragraph effects. So now I'm going to open the body tag. So within the body tag, what I'm going to do is I'm going to write a anchor tag. So now within the anchor, I'm going to refer the hyperreference tag, which I'm going to refer the hash. So hash defines the self reference. So where we are going to refer by itself. So now here what I am going to do is I am going to close this particular anchor tag and I am going to give the text. So this is a anchor, so you can click me. So to navigate, so we can able to navigate from one web page to another web page. For that purpose we are using a anchor button. So now what I am going to do is I am going to type the paragraph tag. So paragraph tag which I am going to type. So within the paragraph tag, I am going to write this is the paragraph text. So we have written a simple basic thing. So it is going to show the anchor and the paragraph tag. So now if you want to save the program, so you can able to save the program paragraph anchor. So I have typed the paragraph and anchor. So now if you are going to open with the live server, so now it is going to show. So this is a anchor. You can click me to navigate. So now the basic color is blue. So but if you are going to see here, and it is going to on over, it is going to show in a red color, and if I am going to click this one, it is going to show in a different color. So now what I am going to do is I am going to change the colors. So for that, if you are going to click one color, if you are going to place a mouse over, we need to change into another color. And if you want to active, so if you are going for an active mode, and it is going to change another color. So what we need to do within the head section, and we need to write the code. So now we are going to open the style tag. So between the style tag, what we are going to write is CSS code. So now we are going to use a anchor followed by the link. So once if you are going to press the link and it has to be in one color. So now if you are going to use a link, so then you should have to use a one color. So now if you are going to press that particular link, the color should be, so whatever the color if you want to choose, you can choose. So I am going to write a brown. In a similar manner, so here if you are going to use a anchor, the same thing I have copied and pasted here. So here if you want to place a mouse over, so here I am going to use a HOVER. So here I am going to place a hover, so it has to be changed in another color. So now I am going to select the different color, so which is RGB green. So 56 165 42, so that is that one. Otherwise you can able to select hashtag by using a 00 ff and something. So you can able to see whatever the code if you want to use. So now if you want to press it is, if a particular link is active, so it has to be shown in a different color. So now here just I am going to press and I am going to change the some color. So here I have changed the color to some dark brown, similar to silver color. So next, if what here I am going to do, so here we have given already a link and you need to use a visited. So if you are visiting to that any particular page, so it has to be changed in another color. So now what I am going to do is visited. So now, so if you are using a visited and it has to change the color, so now by clicking here you can able to change the color. Otherwise if you want a specific color, I am going to use a yellow. So now I am going to use a yellow color. So in this manner I can able to apply the effect. Let us see by opening with the live. Save the program and open with the live server. So now you can able to see the effects. So it was in green color. If I place a cursor over, it is in red color. If I am going to click, it was in a different color. So now finally it is changed to the another color which is yellow after visiting that particular link. So like that you can able to make some changes by using a anchor button, so where you can able to navigate from one page to another page. So now here we have given a paragraph tag. The paragraph tag, by using the paragraph tag, what we have done, so we have shown some text. This is the paragraph. So now if you are going to open with the live server also, it is going to show in a black color. Before the paragraph tag, if you want to add some bullets or numbering, so what we are going to use is, so now what I am going to do is I am going to add the pseudo elements for the paragraph tag. So now here if you want to add a paragraph tag, a pseudo element, what I am going to do is I am going to use a double semicolon. So by using a double semicolon for the paragraph tag, you can able to create a pseudo code. So now what I am going to do is I am going to use a paragraph tag followed by a double semicolon. So now what I am going to do is I am going to write a before of the particular paragraph, and I would like to give a symbol. For example, bullet points, numbering and some other things. So what I am going to do is, so here I am before whatever the content is there, so content should be appear in a bullet points. So content should be so appear in the bullet points. So I have given a bullet point arrow. So now I am going to close the semicolon. So now here I am going to give a font weight equal to bold. So now, so font size, so where you want to specify the 150%. So 150% of the particular. So now if you are going to save the program and open with the live server. So now it is going to show in the arrow mark. So this is the paragraph text. So otherwise what I am going to do is here you can able to specify the star also. So here if you are going to specify the star, and you try to open with the live server, so it is going to show the star. So star is somewhat before the element. So now here font size is 100 if you are going to give. So now it is somewhat lesser compared to that size. So now whatever the star symbol is there, so that I would like to show in the different color. So now for that what I am going to use is, I am going to use a color. So here font color, so directly I will use color red. So now I have used the color as red. So now here whatever the star we have specified, that particular star is specified in the red color. So like that we can able to use the pseudo elements. These effects can be applied to the paragraphs and some other elements you can able to use. If you like this video, please like, share and subscribe my channel. Thanks for watching.